The 200 years life extension era is opened.
Wow!
Oh là là!
Krass!
Wow!
Wow!
Oh là là!
Krass!
Wow!
200세 수명연장 시대가 열리다. The 200 years life extension era is opened.
200岁寿命延长时代正在到来。
200歳、寿命延長の時代を開く。
L'âge de 200 ans de la vie prolongée s'ouvrira.
200 Jahre, das Zeitalter der Lebensdauerverlängerung öffnet sich.
200 साल पुराने जीवन के विस्तार का युग खुला है।
The three principles of health: eating well, sleeping well, excreting well. We can control two things of them, eating and sleeping. But excreting can be controlled because we can go to the toilet when we have sickness. Anyone who knows how to excrete just in 3 minutes without sickness at any time wants to live a healthy life. Do you know that toxic gas flows into our blood vessels when the excrement remains in our body after getting nutrients and moist from the food we eat? We have feeling tired, lipopenia, headache, having problems on concentration, feeling bloated, indigestion, amblyopia, and dry skin because of polluted blood for all the excrement. After you know how much the excrement is bad, you want to excrete well every day. There is a way to excrete well in just 3 minutes. No need to have any drugs or food, and no need to go to the hospital. At home, at any time you want, without pain or any electrical stimulation. Today, let you know the secret now. The 200 years life extension era is opened. The 21st century is the age of the biotechnology and the excretion medicine. Mankind has developed medicine for centuries to achieve the dream of diseaseless long life. And now we are on the road of biotechnology to make the dreams come true. We have desire to live healthier, younger, and more beautiful. What if there is a way to make our dreams come true in just 3 minutes without any harms? Medicine has taught mankind how to overcome large and small diseases. It is true that many people have benefits from it. But when treating the disease of specific organ in our body, it inevitably has a bad effect on the other body organs, or the whole body around. The long-term incision surgery or the toxic drugs make our body weakly. But biotechnology is different. Not only it can cure illness, but also it is on the basic principle of research that makes the surrounding body organs and the whole body healthy together. Let us reveal the secret of biotechnology today to allow the self-healing ability and the amazing power of the immune system that humans have had since birth to be restored. About 30 years ago, a member of National Assembly commanded doctors to study why do people die of old age and disease. On the study, one of the doctors had studied blood, and he had found that the blood whose a person died for natural causes, such as an old man or a sick man, was written without any nutrients and looked black. On the other hand, the blood whose a person died in an accident was clearly red and had contained a lot of nutrients and minerals. So the doctor had gone back to a track to find why the blood whose a person died for natural causes, such as an old man or a sick man, was written without any nutrients and looked black. Then he had found that the ultra capillary observed toxic gas occurring from excreta. So 90% of other disease is started from that, and he realized that we should clean our colon to live healthily. In the conclusion, if we clean our colon clearly, we can live much longer than we thought. At the Rockefeller Medical Research Foundation in the United States, the world's largest number of Nobel laureates, Nobel Prize-winning Dr. Alexis Carrel had conducted an interesting experiment. He had succeeded in separating and cultivating chick heart cells. He had been feeding and excreting them every day. The chick heart cell tissue had survived and died for as long as 29 years, by comparison with the 3 to 4 years that is an average lifespan of typical chickens. Also, the reason this tissue died was not for its end of the life. Actually, his assistant had supplied the culture fluid but had forgotten to remove the excrement. Then it was dead the next morning. In other words, it died of poisoning from poison in its body, which is called self-addiction, because the assistant didn't clean up its excrement. Would it be still alive if he'd cleaned up its excrement every day? So, what is the secret of this chick heart cell tissue survivor for that so long? That is, feeding and excretion time. He had been feeding the tissue and had been excreting less than 8 hours. Whether animals or humans, if we take some food, it takes 8 hours to be nourished and to get benefit. Then the food changes into leftover and excreta. Then it releases toxic gas. This gas from bacteria flows into our blood vessels and the number of bacteria can be doubles itself. And then it causes that our blood becomes sticky, polluted, weakened, immune system and causing many diseases. What we can see from this experiment is that we have to excrete before 8 hours from the time we eat in order to keep our blood clean. In the field of excrement medicine, it says humans can live forever if they can excrete the food intake artificially or forcibly within 8 hours. In other words, our skin and all the tissues of the cell are made to live forever by repeating the birth and death. But the reason we die is self-addiction for the food we eat. Of course, we can't actually live forever. But if we can just excrete every day before 8 hours, we can live much longer than we can imagine. The excretion is very important in the health of human beings, and we can see more clearly looking at the toilet changes. 500 to 600 years ago, why was the average life expectancy only 30 to 40 years? Even though people had eaten organic food that was not contaminated in a clean environment without factories. When we take a look at our ancestors' life, the toilet was not considered as a clean place. That's why it headed 100 to 200 meters away from the house. So, as the toilet was far away, they should have put up with their excretion. As a result, much of the excretion is accumulated in the intestines, and the blood vessels of toxic gas are more introduced, which means that the lifespan is shortened. As the toilet gets closer to the point where it is about 50 meters away from the house, the lifespan increased to 50 to 60 years. And as the toilet entered the house due to the development of architecture in modern times, people were able to go to the toilet more often than before. And although the lifespan increased to 80 to 90 years, but they could not completely escape from the pain of illness caused by poisonous gas poisoning from the old excretion. If we can get a refreezing colon in 3 minutes without a signal to excretion, how long will our life be extended? If we excreted includes poisonous gas every day, won't the life be extended to 120 years? Furthermore, if we excrete every morning and evening with refreezing defecation before 8 hours, we will have an era where we can live between 150 and 200 years old. So far, if we want to excrete, we have to get a signal to excretion in our body to go to the toilet. As a result, we can't go to the toilet in a busy days, and constipation occurred, which led to bad condition. Now, this product can be released from constipation and regain health at any time, every day, through refreshing defecation. What if we don't use no drugs and no electrical stimulation safely, healthily, and at any time and anywhere? The products are Happy, Colon, and Zambia Gold. Our products are portable type that allows you to go to the toilet comfortably while taking it with you on a trip or business trip that you can use it in a shower hose. Turn the existing shower from the shower hose in the toilet and insert our products into the shower hose. Then the installation will be simple. The water coming through the shower hose is tap water up to the shower hose, and it is purified through the product's body filter so that the number of beneficial functions and the head filter is purified. And when it comes out, the rhythmically converted water comes out through the nozzle. If you bring the nozzle close to the anus with water flowing through the anus and into the rectum, it takes 5 to 7 seconds to break down the hard excretion inside, and with this water, you can feel refreshed. The pressure regulator allows you to control the water pressure freely, and when you turn the water on weakly for about 7 seconds, if you turn it on hard for about 5 seconds, you feel like you want to excrete. Then, naturally, you can release it out of your body. When supplying water, pull the nozzle slightly toward the front of the anus. The water is supplied to the front and open side of the bag is drained. If you repeat the water cleaning 3 times, the excretion in the colon is clearer than the one you wash by your hand. In water supply, if you drain the back of the anus a lot, the water pressure will be weak. And if you drain a little, a pressure will be high in the colon. And if it is supplied, it will gently break down the excretion, as if it were going up a tunnel from the bottom of the ledger, and it will be released all the excretion. In addition to cleaning using the main body only, the intestines can be cleaned with the colon cleaning rod, and the excreta regular movement function using only the main body of the product with nozzle cap can be used every morning for 2 months. If you continue using that, your colon becomes healthy and firm again after constipation has weakened. After using it for 3 months, you can remove your old excretion by cleaning the colon with a colon cleaning rod. The use of colon cleaning rod is limited to 1 to 2 times a month. Cleaning up the colon facilitates the colon original role of water absorption and provides moisture to the blood, which serve as 4 health roles. First, active oxygen release from the colon that is released out of your body. Second, the body's blood vessel only grow until the age of 30 and begin to degenerate after the age of 30, which prevents the deterioration of the blood vessels. Third, if the capillary tube is blocked due to contamination of the blood vessels, the signal is abnormal to the body. If the capillaries connected to the brain are blocked, it can cause brain disease. If the capillaries in the body, such as a hand or foot, it can cause various adult disease. When the large intestine is moist, it can pierce the blocked blood vessels, eliminating abnormal signals from the body and making it healthy. Fourth, the number of functions that come out of our products is a device that can remember water so that blood doesn't decay. So it can maintain clean blood all the time. And that's because of the difference in blood that we're working on that is between a sick person and a healthy person. We use our products to artificially clean out every morning and evening, but there are no side effects. The thinner the excretion, the worse, and the thicker the excretion, the healthier. From the day we use our products, we can check that our excretion is thick and long every day. The interaction of the colon is the movement of the colon to excrete pieces which has causes the colon muscles to weaken since childhood, and thus become impulsive to other activities. So, when you eat a lot of food, you excrete because it pushes, and you can't excrete when you eat little food because the large intestine's ability to exercise in conjunction is weakened. When we use our products, water moves the colon, strengthens the muscles, and make us exercise well again. So, if we use it for 6 to 8 months, we can excrete at all time and the intestines can be healthy. When should we excrete it after eating? Let's see what the difference which is that you excrete late is in your body. When you eat good food such as seaweed, kelp, 청국장, soybean paste, and tofu, you usually excrete after 24 hours. If you eat a mix of good food and regular food, you excrete after 32 hours. And if you eat regular food without this good food, you excrete after 48 hours. When a person with constipation eats regular food, he or she defecated after 72 hours. The number of bacteria depends on the excretion time. If the excretion can't get out of your body, it's rotten and reproducing. After 24 hours when you have some food, 70% is left over and 30% is bacteria. By the time excretion after 32 hours after, 60% of the excretion is left over and 40% of the bacteria is left. By the time the excretion after 48 hours, 50% of the excretion is left over and the bacteria increases 50%. Later 72 hours, when excreting, there is only 40% is left over and the bacteria increases by 60%. That means that the longer the excretion remains inside your body, the more bacteria decay there, the more free radicals enter the blood vessels. So we have studied this natural way of excrements without pain, so that we can introduce the products to the world. If you keep using our products every day for about a couple of months, you can check the vegetables or food scraps you had last night during your excretion this morning. That means that you can regain a healthy rhythm that allows you to defecate every 6 to 7 hours after you eat. Our products can make you feel good when you use them, and after they are used, you will feel better soon. So you can always stay healthy with a light body. As I wish to tell you this with the emphasis that the Dr. Arlesis had said on his Nobel Prize impression that people could live forever if they can excrete in 8 hours, even if it's artificially or forcibly. But the reason why we die is because of self-poisoning for the food we have. Of course, we can't actually live forever. But if we can just excrete every day before 8 hours, we can live much longer than we can imagine. No animal or human being in the world has the ability to excrete itself every 8 hours after food intake. With HaHa Group's Happy Colons and Jangbiya Gold products that solve that problem, anyone can relax and stay healthy after every 7 to 8 hours by cleaning colon. We will continue our lifespan for life expanding at least 20 years by using our products conveniently without pain, presently, every morning and evening. HaHa will always take the lead and do our best to live healthy and happy life. Thank you for listening.